Okay, Kaetlyn, your commentary event. The women taking gold, her first Grand Prix gold ever, Japan's Mone Chiba, and USA's world silver medalist Isabeau Levito struggles with under rotations and will take the silver. And Ami Nakai concludes her Grand Prix debut with the bronze, and a trip to the final could be hers with that win in France. Mone Chiba, she's continuing her international success from last year. Silver at both the Grand Prix, silver at the Grand Prix final, bronze at Worlds, and now a gold here at Skate Canada. Kaetlyn, I know I've said this before. I hate Romeo and Juliet, but I love Mone Chiba more. And so I just absolutely love that free program.
I was gonna say, by the end of this year, you're gonna need to love Romeo and Juliet.
I refuse. I know it's Olympic year, so everyone's bringing out the war horses, Firebird, Romeo and Juliet, Carmina Amburana. Like, you know, I know that they're coming, but I just gotta get along, you know?
Yeah, but Mone is incredible. I love it when skaters do the contrasting short and free program so that you see two completely different sides of her. Caitlin Weaver choreographed Mone Chiba's short program, and she said that a big part of wanting to have that program for her, and she had a different one choreographed for the season, but decided to go back to it. But she wanted to go back to it because it shows off her fun and charming personality, which I think it did so well. And then the free program to Romeo and Juliet demonstrated that power and classic movement and the skating skills. I am never going to get over Japanese skating skills.
The knees. It's in the knees.
But now, crossover should not get you from one side of the ice to the other so effortlessly. Yeah. I need a lesson.
Let's plan a trip to Japan just for CrossFit lessons.
I'm in.
She scored a 148 in the free program here, pretty competitive to Ami Nakai's 149 that she got at Grand Prix France, and Kaori's 148. We still need to see Wakaba Higuchi, who will be at NHK and Skate America, but we've talked about the Japanese depth of talent in the women's. It's going to be such a battle to choose three of these women.
Exactly. Every Grand Prix event that's happened so far has had either a Japanese sweep or at least one or two Japanese skaters on the podium. And they only have 3 spots for an Olympic Games, and they have way more than 3 skaters trying to get that. So I'm glad I'm not at Japanese Nationals, but I'm excited to see the outcome of it.
Yes, 9 Japanese women on this circuit right now. Okay, we have to talk about the Canadian women. Madeline Skis is the highest finisher. She finished 9th, but was 12th after a disastrous short program. 12th, that's the bottom of the barrel, a sub 50 score. 2 falls in the short program. You don't want to have any falls in the short program. She had 2 of them. Kaetlyn, the free program was a little bit better, a bit watered down. She didn't show much heart, but she is having a tough season, and she is not doing herself any favors with Skate Canada to be like the clear favorite for Canada's solo women's Olympic spot.
It is really hard to compete knowing that there's one spot for an Olympics. You've been on top of the podium for this amount of time already so far. She was the last, the women competitor for Canada at the last Olympics, so she's wanting to do that again. But now she has people nipping at her heels really closely. And that does add a lot of stress on an already stressful year. She's had to decide what program she wants to do for the short program because of having to battle music rights. Still unclear if she actually has the music rights for Black Swan and if she has to change into another program again. But there's a lot to deal with, and unfortunately when you do make a mistake in a short program especially, you need to put that behind you, move on with your life, and get into the program as fast as you can. And I find that is what she struggles with the most, is when things aren't going well technically, it pulls out the choreography also. And she did try to get it back towards the end of the free program and perform the ending of her Butterfly Lover program, but at that point, it's almost too late. And I hope the watered down free program did give her enough confidence that she's able to move forward into her next Grand Prix event with that confidence, and hopefully it starts looking up for the rest of the season. But it's gonna be a tough nationals even here, and there's only one spot to get there.
Yeah, and full disclosure, I did choreograph Maddie's Black Swan short program, and I do get to see her at training often. And training was going pretty well, but I know talking with Nancy Lemaire, her coach, that she gets really, really nervous at competitions. But she just needs to remember that she's seasoned and she can do this. But we got to talk about the people who are nipping at her heel, even though she did beat them. Sarah Mal Dupuis was 8th in the short program with that Madonna Ray of Light short program choreographed by David Wilson. Super fun. Great to see her skate clean here. She goes for the triple axel in the free. It's another step out, and it's kind of very, very messy from there on out. And then in 12th place at her, making her Grand Prix debut, Juliana Sherieva, she actually skated well. She is a technical skater. She was 7th in the technical element score, but dead last in her PCSs. So, Kaetlyn, what did you think of these two women's performance at their only Grand Prix this season?
Sarah Mode's short program is incredible. I think it is the most suited to a program she's ever appeared, and she has that confidence that I'm really enjoying. But the free program, and this is where that risk of the triple axel is where I'm questioning, but I think she needs it in her repertoire to remain competitive. So I hope she continues fighting to get that triple axel in the program, but not letting it be the only focus in the free program. Because if there's a mistake on it, or if she's happy because she's on her feet after it, she can't let it fall apart for the rest of the program, which is kind of what happened. And then again, she's another skater that if the technical elements aren't happening, then it pulls away from the choreography and the performance. And then Juliana, I'm really impressed with her. I've seen her at our national championships, and I know she doesn't have the strongest PCs, but it is improving just very slowly. And the technical elements are there, they appear. She was nervous, but it's also her first Grand Prix event. And I'm hoping she gains the confidence in that to start looking more at the second mark.
Yeah, because her technique is so efficient. I can't imagine she can't do a transition, turn into a triple flip out of nowhere. I refuse to believe that. Her technique is just so solid. But we will see. Of course, this is her first Grand Prix, and all will be told at nationals. And of course, Madeline Skizis has a second Grand Prix. It is Finlandia, the last stop of the Grand Prix series.